Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney here in a very casual settings, very casual surroundings. And I'm supposed to be doing the Parker Ponte sew along here sometime soon, but construction has it's been halted a little bit. Of course, the electrician got most of the stuff done, but not all the stuff done when he was here. So now, but he had planned on just being here a day. So now trying to get him back so then the drywall guys can get in. Anyway, you know how it is with construction. It never goes as planned. I have been able to get a couple of things cut out though, while workmen have not been here. But I've just been playing the whole last part of the week. I was playing by ear, not knowing when workmen would be here, if they would be here. And anyway, I mean, it's been fun. It's been fine. But I'm going to be real honest. I'm filming this on Saturday night because I was just planning out my week for next week and realized I'd not filmed anything for today. I had planned on doing maybe some mending because I knew the Parker Ponte sew along was not going to happen for today just because I've been in limbo with everything going on in the construction zone of my filming studio, which is where my cutting table is, and I need to do quite a bit of the work filmed over the cutting table. Anyway, that will probably be filmed here in the sewing studio at my serger and sewing machine that's in here, because that's not going to be ready out there quite yet, which is a little frustrating. Because I'm also behind the scenes working on a digital class for you guys, and that's kind of coming to a head as well, where a lot of moving parts are happening, and I just feel like stuff's getting lost in the shuffle. So, all of that to say... So I was thinking, okay, what's something that I can bring to you guys for this morning? And I know people are going to say, oh, you didn't have to bring us anything. You don't have to post and all that kind of stuff, which I appreciate. And I love you guys for that. However, this is my full-time job. This is what I do for a living, is running the channel and everything that goes along with that. And I'm kind of beholden to the YouTube algorithm as much as that, stinks. Not that I don't want to be on here, because I do. I love posting 3 times a week. But I needed to put something out here. So I was just kind of thinking this evening on what's something that would bring value anyway. And I have been very conscious really since the Christmas season and the holidays it was very busy. We went back home to visit family, and but I was off work, for whatever that was, 12 days, I think. I had planned ahead and worked ahead and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like I have not had a lot of downtime. Really all fall, just everything going on with my mom and just stuff that's going on. I mean, just life in general. I know I'm not alone. This is not a new thing, not a weird thing. But I have really been trying this year to end my prayer time, as opposed to, I've been trying to be thankful, is what I'm trying to say. I've been trying to have a more thankful frame of mind, and really even thanking for the things that have yet to come, and just really trying to change my mindset from not complaint, but changing a mindset from want to thankfulness. So I was thinking a little bit about that, and I was like, you know what I'm thankful for during this time? So that's all that to say. So I was thinking about what to film, and I'm like, you know what I'm very thankful for during this time? I'm thankful for my creative outlets. And I just got to thinking that that's probably something a lot of you, I don't know if people need to hear it, or maybe just be aware of how lucky we are to have our creative hobbies. Because for me, while sewing is great and that I can make clothes that fit me well and the things that I want to wear, it's also it's great for my mental health. In fact, that is what's kept me sane I don't do well in chaos, and my sewing room's a mess and my house is a mess because we've got, stuff pulled out of cabinets because the electrician was doing some stuff on the other parts of the house as well, not just in this filming studio. So just my house in general is chaos. And then something happened with I think related to the electrician, because I have my brand new dryer. And I sound like I'm complaining, but just giving you a visual here. But my dryer, while it works, brand new dryer. I have a brand new dryer. Love it. I have a Speed Queen set, and I absolutely love my washer and dryer. But my dryer is working, but it's not blowing hot air. So it's under warranty, so we can't touch the dryer really because it will void warranty if it's not serviced by a certified technician, because it's still under warranty for a couple more years. So we can't touch it. And the only person in our area that would service us is booked until February 6th is the quickest they can get back here. I'm hoping, because when the electricians left, one of our closets is no longer, the light switch isn't working. So I'm hoping that there was something that got disengaged. Or I don't really know how that would work because the dryer is obviously on its own circuit. But anyway, I'm hoping that the dryer just is not getting all of the power it needs to run both the heat and the other functions of it. That is what I'm hoping. But as of right now, at least my washing machine works. But I also have all of our laundry. I mean, we're a household of 4, 2 of which are teenagers, 1 of which is a teenage boy. And I have clothing drying all over my house. All over my house. Any place where all hangers are being used, and any place where something can be hung, it's being hung. So all that chaos, and just being thankful for my sewing space that I have, which I'm so thankful for, and the fact that I've been able to create. So I'm going to give you some sneak peeks of what I've been working on. I made Ginny a bomber jacket. That's the Kimball bomber jacket. I'm just giving you sneak peeks. I made the Nomi Patterns Butte J'adore coat that I think it's 2000 and ME 2001, 2001. So excited to show that. And I think this is ME 2002. This is the Brittany J. Jones pants. And I've made them in pleather. They're really cute. So those are some sneak peeks of things to come. I think all 3 of these pieces are going to be part of Sew the Looks. So you'll probably see, throw that over there. Probably see all 3 of these things separately over the next month and a half or so. Because I like to spread those Sew the Looks out. Well, sorry, I also wasn't looking at the camera. It's hard when it's on my phone. Any of my, same type of videos, I hate to have a whole bunch right in a row. I like to kind of spread them out a little bit to keep, if that's not your jam, then maybe something else, the next video will be something of interest. Keep things interesting. Okay, so I have been doing that. Very, very thankful for that. I've been listening to, I mentioned it before, the Ken Follett Fall of Giants. I'm almost through that first book. It was a 31-hour audiobook. That is crazy. I think I have 4 hours left. Again, I've read this one before, so it's just been kind of a refresh, although I can't remember how it ended, to be honest. And I think I actually started reading the second book. I was borrowing it from my father-in-law, but I just didn't get very far into it before life happened. It's when my kids were young, so I'm sure it's just, life got busy. Anyway, so I need to check that second one out because I know I'm going to want to start it as soon as this one's over. But having that in my ears and being able to go on autopilot to sew all of this, especially with workmen around, because I've got my Bose noise canceling headphones that I've had in, it's been a dream. On that note though, so, I guess last week, I have not had anything on my knitting needles since, I finished my circumference sweater that you guys saw. It's the cream colored sweater that has the colored bands that go around the front. I had started that last spring, and then I don't knit very much during the warm months for whatever reason, but I just don't. But normally by the time fall, even if it's still warm, but fall starts to set in, I'm hankering for it, and I get something on my needles right away. And that just hasn't been the case this year for some reason. I don't know why, but it may just been everything that's been going on, just whatever, it zapped my knitting mojo. But I had ordered from Miss Babs. She did her gratitude sale at the end of the year. And so I ordered 2 yarns of her Yowza, which is a DK weight. Is it merino? Ooh, I think it is merino. I can't remember now off the top of my head. But I ordered 2 of the Yowza, which are huge skeins. I think they're 560 yards for a skein. Ordered 2 of those, and then she does the Yowza minis, which, I don't know, I think they're 200 yards in a skein. And I ordered 5 of those for another sweater. I did a variegated on those, so I don't know what that's going to be quite yet, because I changed my mind on this one. But I'm going to show you what I've been knitting. So I cast this on last Sunday, I think. And this is the, oh, not going to be able to remember how to pronounce it. I'll write it right here, from Lily Kate Makes. I love her patterns because they're so interesting. I always learn something new. So I used some scraps. Look at the, so I've got, this is obviously the neck. This is the yoke. A sleeve will go here. I've got it on, on that. And then I even did some bust shaping here, which is very exciting. So I'm obviously knitting the body right now. But it uses like a lace weight mohair, silk, whatever blend so it's like see-through. So it gives like a see-through effect. And I had this, which was the ridiculous leftover from my no frill sweater that I knit together with fingering weight. I'm totally going to drop a stitch. And I had a little bit left over on the skein, and I had enough to do the yoke on this. And I think the colors go great together. And I love this color on me. It's my macaroni and cheese color. Or orange sherbet, however you want to call that. Anyway, really enjoying this, and I've just been knitting away on this. Also, so anyway, that's been good for me to step away from my sewing room and just have some, we've had like a movie on. Although I will say my husband was watching some sports today, and I'm just not a sports person. So I actually put my headphones on and was listening to my audiobook, while I sat with him in the room and knitted. But I've also been spinning, and I spun. Look what I spun. So this is plied. I haven't blocked this or anything, so it hasn't been soaked and all that kind of stuff. I just finished plying this, although I still have, so this is a brown Corriedale that I spun single ply, and then I spun it was hand dyed. It was called Wildfire. So it was like, well, you can see like the yellows and some reds. There was a little bit of gray. There's some brown, just real warm, I think it was BH or BFL, which is black-faced Lancashire. I think that's right. I'm still learning my wools, folks. But I had finished spinning that last night. So I started, and I had spun the brown, because it came with my wheel. The gal that I bought my wheel from gave me a whole bunch of like just raw roving. In fact, the lanolin is still in the brown. I can feel it with my fingers when I'm spinning it. But anyway, I decided to ply them together. I'm playing around. Now, what am I going to knit this into? I don't know. And I still have quite a bit of both of these left that still need to be, I just obviously filled up a spool. But I have been doing that as well, which has been very therapeutic as well. So that's another little thing I wanted to share with you guys. Anyway, but yes, I was just feeling the need, and I know that I'm not alone on this, just to come on here and let's talk about being thankful for our creative arts that we're able to take pleasure in. I've got 2 kids that are both pretty creative in different ways, and, watching them be creative and having that outlet it makes glad that I have helped nurture that in them, because I think that is something very important. And I think no matter what it is that you do to be creative, whether it's you cook or you write or garden, just any type of creating, it could even be building, whatever it happens to be. I just think we're all need that creative outlet because, we're created by the ultimate creator, and we're created to be like him and be creative. So I'm also just, falling over my words. So anyway, that is kind of what I was just thinking about today, and just kind of wanted to share with you all. Also, I've been thinking I've been playing around with doing lives a little bit. What would you guys think about that? Doing lives on Sundays is not good for me, just because I have, even though you're watching this on Sunday, obviously it's been pre-recorded the day before, but I have a lot of obligations on Sundays. So that's not easy for me to do, especially at a time where most people could tune in. But I don't know. Is there another time that might be good. I don't know. I've just kind of been playing around with it, doing like open sews, just real casual. I could have Jenny here to be reading comments while we're going through things. I could, not really a Q&A, but I mean, could be. But even just like a casual open sew where we could just I could even switch the date up a little bit. I don't know. I've just kind of been thinking about that, ways we can build more community here on the channel and make our online sewing world seem just a little bit smaller, because I know a lot of us don't have sewing people in person to sew with. So that's something I've been just kind of playing around with for 2023. 2023 is just all about new things, all about a lot of change, which I don't dislike change, and often I welcome it, but it's going to be a lot of change in 2023. There's just a lot of new things I'm going to be trying. On that note, I did get my 2 Destashify projects cut out also. And I'm doing 2 different pattern companies that I don't normally, well, one I've never done, and the other one I've only made a couple of things of hers. So I've cut out a Helen's Closet Ashton, which is her tank pattern, but I bought, which I already owned. I had made my mom one, I don't know, a couple years ago. And so I bought it with the sleeve expansion for the silk, and I took the long sleeve and spread it to make a big voluminous sleeve. So I hacked it a little bit. I mean, I just did a simple slash and spread on the sleeve, but I got that cut out. And then for that wool challis, which I only had 2.5 yards of, I don't know why I thought I had 5. I don't know where that came into my brain, but I'm trying an Atelier. Okay, I'm not going to pronounce Scamé, SCA, and it's got the little boop boop above it, MMIT. It's a French pattern company. And it is the Petit Show. Is that what it's called? Anyway, it's a top pattern. It has very interesting lines. I did a little bit of a full bust adjustment. Very simple. I'll show you guys how I did that. But it's got these interesting lines. It could be a top or a dress. And actually, I haven't cut actually, you can see the fabric right there. The fabric still needs to be cut out, but I've got the pattern altered and the patterns all cut out and ready to go. But that's going to be for the Destashify video this week or this month. And I thought that might be kind of interesting, going through with Destashify and kind of making that my trying new pattern companies with the Destashify fabric, since I do that every month, and spreading our wings a little bit on that. On another note, I've really appreciated all of the fabric stores that you guys have sent me. I've ordered from a new fabric store from Australia. I placed an order with Cloth Edit. I've actually been eyeing their stuff up for a long time, and I ordered 2 pieces from them. And I think I got an email today that said that my order is stateside now. So it has made its way to the United States. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to have to wait. I'll have to look back and see when I ordered it, because I think it went Australian mail to the US, and then my assumption is it'll go United States postal from here. When I order from New Zealand, they use DHL and it comes in like 3 days. But I think this is, National Postal Service to National Postal Service, which takes a little bit longer. And both fabrics were on the pricier end, but they're absolutely gorgeous, and I think it's going to be worth the splurge. Shipping wasn't horrible, though. It wasn't, because I think that has been, in the past, I've looked at their site before and thought about ordering, but the cost of shipping was prohibitive at that time. So they must have figured something out. I had to pay shipping, and it was, a larger, I can't remember now what it was. I'll have to look. But it wasn't enough that I was like, oh, I can't do that. So I'll have to look it up, and when I get the fabric, I'll show you guys. But that is the other thing. I would like to try out some more new to me fabric stores. So keep those coming. I've got a list. I sent out a list in my newsletter to you guys, but I've got it running. So some of the fabric shops that didn't make it onto that list, I've kept up adding to the list. So I'll send another one out at some point in the future with the addition of other fabric stores. So anyway, just going to be doing a lot of trying. I also just want to get my sewing studio put together so I can get my new sewing machine set up. I found out today that there is software that can turn my, from Margaret down at University of Sewing sent me a text, and she said that, yeah, I have software that can turn your daughter's artwork into embroidery files. Ava was very excited. So stay tuned for a lot of fun stuff with that. But I just want to, I mean, it's unboxed now, but it's up in my guest room because I just don't want any dust to get to that machine. But I am so excited just to start playing around with it. It's like waiting on Christmas morning a little bit. Anyway, that is kind of, I mean, I think I managed to blab quite a long time. Not that that was my intent. I did want to come on with an actual purpose and an actual message. But yeah, just the, a little bit of kind of what's been going on behind the scenes with the channel. Very excited about everything we've got going forward. Again, I am in full planning, working mode with this class that I can't wait to tell you more about next month. So stay tuned. Yeah. And I think that's all I've got for today. Okay, guys, I hope you're having a good Sunday. And if you too are coming to the end of your weekend, although if the United States, you very well have a long weekend. We celebrate Martin Luther King's birthday tomorrow, which is a great remembrance holiday. And but a lot of our federal offices and stuff have the day off. So no school, all that kind of stuff for tomorrow. But if you're coming to the end of your weekend and you're still not feeling recharged from the weekend and are maybe dreading going back into your work week tomorrow, let's try it. Try just being thankful. You know, maybe just like right before you go to bed, writing down or just like thinking through 5 things that you're thankful for. I have, real quick, as I'm saying this, I lead a small group of girls, and one of them is a cancer survivor who had childhood. I mean, she's still a child. She's only 7th grader, so 12 or 13. But she is in remission now. But she was telling me, she's like, yes, when I was in the hospital going through all of my treatments, my grandmother told me just every day to write down 10 things that I'm thankful for. And they can't be the same things. It has to be 10 new things every single night before I go to bed. And she's like, and I kept a journal through that entire time that I was in all those treatments, which, I mean, I can't even, like, the emotion, like, oh my God, yeah. But what a great lesson of, you know, things to do. So that's my challenge to you guys and to myself. Just to maybe at the end of the day, stop and think of, 5, 10, whatever things that you are thankful for in that day. And they may be just very small, minute little things, but, just helping that mind shift a little bit. And I'm saying this to myself as much as anything of, a mindset of thankfulness as opposed to a mindset of stress and anxiety and overwhelm. So that's my big New Year's resolution, I guess. I don't really do New Year's resolutions, but I just hope that, more thankfulness out there. And don't forget the power of the fiber art and how beneficial that can be to mental health and taking some time for yourself and just creating. All right, guys, that's all I've got for today. I hope you have a wonderful one, and I'll see you again on Tuesday.